On 1st October, Kenyan activists Bob Njagi and Nicholas Oyoo were seized by armed security operatives at a fuel station in Matuga, moments after a pit stop following Chagulanyi's campaign launch in Jinja. For 38 days, their whereabouts were unknown until they were handed over to Kenyan authorities on November 8th, ending weeks of anxiety for their families and rights organizations. The two activists on Wednesday recounted chilling accounts of torture, threats and interrogations by the soldiers from the Special Forces Command, an elite unit responsible for the president's security.
Me, I was caned twice. That was, there are two interrogations. So the first interrogation on the second day, they called me out, took me to a room somewhere and started asking me about those things on my WhatsApp. So they're trying to push towards some narrative of some sort. And when they think that I've not said the right things, seems like I'm hiding something or anything, they just put me, we have those these handcuffs. They take my handcuff and tie it on to some of the chair, and there's some sticks they have there. So those are things they're using to cane us.
Yeah.
You are being kept handcuffed day and night. I was tortured on the second day during interrogation. I was removed from the cell, blindfolded, taken to a room, chained into a chair like this on one hand, one officer at the back, another officer in the front. The one in the front would hit me with blows while I'm being asked, because they took our phones. And so they would go through the phones and ask us question, who is so-and-so? Who is funding this movement? What have you come here to Uganda to do? So these were all interrogations on the second day. Thereafter, they gave us painkillers, paracetamols. That's all we got.
From the inmates, the military prisoners that were in there, confessed that they are victims of General Mwesigye, in that he perceives them to be enemies, or rather his enemies according to his succession plan. So most of the people who were there were friends of their father, and they've been kept there because of transition politics.
Yeah.
Yes.
Njagi and Oyoo say they were accused of intentions of mobilizing young people and fueling chaos during the election period.
They went through our phones and they've had 38 days of doing investigations, but they have not taken us to court to charge us with any crime until today.
Whilst in detention, several demands to have them released, including a habeas corpus petition to the High Court, were rendered futile as the security forces claimed they didn't have them anywhere in custody. Njagi says the military made it clear they were not about to be freed.
Many people who were in there had spent over 6 months, 5 months, and they told us, you guys, the earliest you'll be out is after the Ugandan elections.
That is 2026?
Yes, 2026. And we could see the reality. There was no sign of us getting out. The military has denied they're with us. The police don't know where we are. The judiciary has had a habeas corpus which has been dismissed in court. So all factors lead that to a point that you're not going to be released soon.
According to the two, they were first held at Ronyo military barracks in Kasenyi, where they witnessed severe abuse before being transferred to what they describe as a safe house in a residential area.
So this is their training base where they normally do their practices. And we were being held in cells within that training camp alongside other foreign nationals such as Nigerians. There was one person also holding a South African passport, and quite a number of Ugandan citizens, civilians actually, were still being held in the same camp.
Among them, Mbarara businessman and NRM mobilizer Amos Rwangomani, who has been missing for months. His claims echo recent demands by the Minister of Internal Affairs, Kahindo Tafire, who publicly asked security agencies to account for Rwangomani's whereabouts.
He was my cellmate. He's called Amos Rwangomano. They are looking for him. They don't know where he is.
He was arrested. He's disappeared for 3 weeks. His family went to court. First time he was not produced. Second time he was not produced. Yesterday they went to court. You know what the authorities told us, including Mwesigye Wanuka, vicarious liability. They said, we don't know where the man is. Oh. Because these fellows called me in the morning and said, if he's been killed, at least give us the body to borrow. Listen, Families are now beginning to call on us to give them bodies to borrow. We who fought Idi Amin for the very reason.
In a recent address in Mbale, President Mwesigye said Njagi and Oyoo had been picked up by intelligence officers and kept in the fridge, remarks that have since sparked public criticism.
They were working with the Chagulanyi's group, that they are experts in riots. Of course, with our very good intelligence system, we picked them up. And they have been in the fridge for some days.
The two insist they were in Uganda strictly for business and only attended Bobi Wine's rally as friends, drawing parallels to 2015 when Kenya's then Deputy President William Ruto was seen campaigning for Mwesigye in Kapchorwa.
People must be at the forefront to fight for leadership that will guarantee peace and stability so that we can build our economy, expand opportunities for young people so that we can eliminate poverty and create jobs.
Their ordeal mirrors earlier cases such as Dr. Ismail Kalule and Joseph Kabuleta, who in 2019 described similar treatment and said they encountered numerous detainees in clandestine facilities.
Except just chatting with so many people whom I found there, but they had not much because I found them there they have been there for quite some time.
Still, I was in the person who had been there the most. I'd been there for 11 months, and I think that's how they prefer it. Now, so many of the people who are there actually know, but not a single soul knows about their whereabouts. Nobody. So they keep you there 11 months. And nobody knows anything about you.
Human rights lawyer Martha Karua, speaking to NTV earlier this month, warned that such abductions pose a grave threat to stability within the East African community, urging member states to respect the rule of law.
I have a big problem, and it does appear that the original 3 states of East Africa are collaborating to oppress their citizens.
Abductions and illegal detentions across the region continue to trigger alarm, with activists calling for transparency, accountability, and an end to cross-border security excesses. Walter Mwesigye, NTV.